Revelation 2470. From the 11th of September 1942. Belief in the traditions. Will to the truth. What propagates itself through the mouth of man is inconsequential if the origin cannot be established without error, thus proven to be divine spiritual activity. This is often so difficult, and therefore every teaching must also be seriously examined as to how far it can be accepted according to feeling, for the heart will correctly instruct the person who strictly adheres to the truth and therefore also only wants to accept such. What appears acceptable to him after serious reflection he can also regard as truth. However, he must criticize himself as to whether he really desires the pure truth. Often people just do not want to part with old traditions, but they do not account for whether and to what extent such a tradition is credible. They therefore accept without checking where they should first form a judgment through reflection. This applies to religious teachings as well as to the life and extraordinary work of people. Everything that has been spread about it is unconditionally assumed to be true. And this results in the fact that no opposing opinion will assert itself since all reflection about it is prevented. But God demands this of people, that they let their desire for truth become active insofar as they themselves strive to separate error from truth. Only this desire develops the ability to recognize what is right and to reject what is wrong. Man has no excuse for not being able to do this, for this ability is only dependent on the desire for truth. But how is the truth to be conveyed to them if they are not accessible to any logical reasoning but only firmly and stubbornly believe what is handed down to them without examining the truthfulness of the latter? Their erroneous opinion can be refuted in the most convincing way. They persist and get ever deeper entangled in erroneous teachings, for they lack the will and against their will the pure truth cannot be conveyed to them or they do not recognize it as such. And even the efforts of those who strictly adhere to the truth are unsuccessful, for where the will opposes it God's love can only have little effect. Amen.